What to do, Aereheads? Welcome back. It is Friday. It is the start of the Labor Day weekend in the United States here. A long weekend. Markets will be closed through Monday when they close today. My guess is it's going to be a low volume weekend. There's not going to be a lot going on. Probably not a lot of movement from Bitcoin, because my hope is that everyone gets outside, touches grass, and what is officially, at least in Minnesota, the last official weekend of summer. Kids going back into school next week. People are getting out for one last fun weekend. So we're going to try to get you guys set up for Bitcoin, what could possibly happen this weekend, how you should trade this if you are going to trade this weekend, and then really try to find some alt plays and some altcoins to watch in case Bitcoin just chops sideways. So do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button, turn on notifications, and let's just hop right into the video. So look, for Bitcoin, it's pretty straightforward. With a big pump, big sell-off, felt just like that XRP lawsuit win, Grayscale lawsuit win. We're right back to the POC of the previous channel, which hasn't changed. The value area high has gone up a little bit. I'm kind of drawing my support, my resistance line, right here, because that is where we have the most touches in this range. So this is you know, you can dial this in better, but that's kind of what I'm looking at, right around that $26,180 to $26,200 level. What I would love to see is some more touches to confirm these levels since this recent drop off. Bitcoin right now is just hugging that previous POC. Personally, I am mentally preparing for like a $23,000, $24,000 Bitcoin, somewhere in that range, maybe somewhere in the middle. Because when you look at like a 2, a 3, or a 4 day, what does it look like, right? Well, it looks like a bearish flag. You know, you take this crazy wicks out of it. If we're just looking at the candles, we're still in a bear flag. You know, you take the measured move and we fall down to about the $23,500-ish level. That would be the breakout point of that. That is also, you know, some decent previous resistance and support, right? I mean, we have all of this here. We have smashed into it there a few times. And look at it, we got hung up all the way back here in 2020. This was the lead up to the bull run. On top of that, what else do we got going on? Well, the liquidity sitting at 25,000, and really it kind of starts at about 25.2, 25.3. So that's where I would expect some resistance to start. 25.5 as well, but it's real thick around 25,000. Not only that, but if we take a look at all the liquidations, the liquidation map right now, you know, from about 25.6 to 25, it's thick. You know, it's behind me here, but it's ripe for the picking. Those want to get snuffed out. You know, you look at the charts, right? And what's it telling you? Well, the thickest level of liquidity right now is in our current range. The next thickest level is this giant order block here from about 22.3 down to about 19.5. That's what I'm saying. This is hopium is going to be the bottom of this range. It'll take us a while to get there. I mean, traditionally speaking, September's are bearish. October's are pumptober. So we could have another bad month. We could fall into this, get a bounce off in October, and start working our way up into the halving, all the spot ETFs, and take us into the bull market. So that is very similar to what we did in 2020 leading up to that halving. And here's what I mean by that, right? So here's that 2020 halving, which happened on May 11th of 2020. So it's feeling very similar to what's going on now. So, you know, we started the year, we're literally right here, January of 2019, you know, think of that as January of this year, where we pumped up just like we pumped up now through the summer, right? August happened, you know, really July, August, kind of like now, we started falling down. There was a little more of a pump up. And then what happened? We bottomed out. We tested the previous bottom from 2019. And then we pumped up into the halving. So that is feeling very, very similar to what's going on now, to where we kind of bottomed in 2022, right? Now this was a catalyst bottom, so I'm hoping we don't come that low. I mean, really, it probably should have stopped right there at about that $19,500, $20,000 level. But start of the year happened. We pump up into July and August, and then we start falling down, summer lulls, right? So if you remember, this chart kind of came down a little bit. You got the previous chart, the one we were just looking at, came up, and then we came down. So I'm anticipating some kind of movement similar to that leading up into the halving. I'm hoping that we don't go all the way down to that $15,000-ish level. It's very, very possible. But I'm hoping we can get held at that $19,500, $20,000 level. So that's kind of more medium term that we're looking at there, just to kind of get you psychologically prepared. That's pretty much on Bitcoin. Watching this value area profile here, the POC, my line here at about that 26,180, high, low. Just seeing if we can kind of confirm those now that we're back into this range, while keeping an eye on that $25,000 level, knowing full well that, man, holiday weekends can get spicy. There's typically less volume, meaning that there's more shenanigans, more manipulation could potentially happen because it is easier to manipulate a market with less volume. So be careful out there this weekend. So here's what it feels like to me has been going on with altcoins lately. So it seems like there's been a rotation, 3 to 5, 3 to 10 altcoins that seem to be getting some momentum behind it. They start trending, people are talking about them more, you start to see volume spikes and the price rises. That's what we've been seeing. It seems to be shifting from week to week or weeks to weeks on which coins they are. There's no new money coming into the ecosystem right now. There is just whale money moving around, pumping certain coins, dumping them, moving on to the next. So my strategy as of late is to watch for irregular volume going on certain coins. Now, like Space ID, Gala's had some good volume as of late. So we're going to take a look at some of those. Now, with yesterday, the last 48 hours, it kind of throws this for a loop with everything that's been going on. But once it starts settling down throughout today and into tomorrow, you can find some gems here. Not only that, this is CoinGecko, and all this is linked down below. You can sort it by volume. You can check out Lunar Crush, right, and see what coins are trending. So I sort them by alt rank to see what has the most social mentions. And you can see coins that have a lot of social mentions run up, right? Cyber, 173% up. MakerDAO, 17% up. UNFI, we've been talking about that, 52% up. And you don't have to trade leverage on these. You can just sit in a spot bag. And I'm not telling you that if something is trending, you throw money into it. You got to do your proper TA, your proper research, right? This just throws you on, puts you on to those coins, and then you look into them. So I've already done an update on a lot of these in Discord today, showing you some coins that I'm watching throughout the weekend. For example, got a little hidden bullish divergence. We're at a crucial support level on SWE. We took a look at LPT. We got you a bone update, AGIX, Cyber, UNFI. You know, lots of tokens here that I dissected this morning that I'm kind of watching for this weekend. Discord is discord.gg/alpha Aere. Hop on in, give me a try, posting that alpha every single day. But let's break down a couple of these just to show you how I play these. So UNFI has had a big run up 52% in the last week alone. It is still the number 3 alt rank. Social mentions are up, volume is up, market cap pretty low, only 50 million right now. So it's interesting because it is getting a lot of traction right now. So let's take a look at what I have seen. And we've been following this since down here, right? Rode up some good spot bags all the way up. Futures started coming along now, so you can actually short this coin on MEXC, for example. But it's pretty simple what I see going on. So this was that resistance level to crack. We needed to flip this in order to continue up. So far, it looks like we did. However, you know, you take a look at things like money flow, we're starting to get a little bit of a rounded top on this where it might kind of come down. VWAP's down below. The money flow is still there, but it's starting to kind of die off a little bit. Not only that, but we are seeing some bullish divergences, but we also see some hidden divergences. So let's take a look at it. So price is going up, right? However, look at this. Momentum, slight bearish divergence there. So if you take that, you can see it's kind of started there. There. Now, that's just one signal on one potential indicator. We are seeing bearish divergences down here from Lux Algo. So we are getting some mixed signals on this coin right now at this top. And this isn't like an all-time high or anything like that. It's been higher, but it's trying to make its way back. It's trending. It's been blowing out 50% over the last week. Mixed signal. So what do you watch? You watch the money flow and you watch the VWAP. If the VWAP remains down, it means people are taking profits, right? That means that the money flow has to be strong enough to keep up with that profit taking. If that doesn't happen and we still see the VWAP coming down and the money flow starts coming down, it might be a good short opportunity, especially if we start coming back into this support zone. You can see I mean, it's just one giant rising wedge, right? I mean, that's essentially what we got going on here, right? You can take it from there down to there. It's just a giant rising wedge that eventually is going to fall out as people start taking profits. Your targets really for profit taking, I mean, there's a bunch of supports on the way down from the kind of the run up that we made, but 4.78, 3.9, 3.578, 3.3, 2.9. There's a potential for a big drawback if we start retracing it on UNFI. However, that money flow turns around because it's starting to, here, I'll zoom in for you guys. It's starting to kind of plateau a little bit, but that doesn't mean we can't kind of round the bottom and then start building our way back up. So that's why I'm saying you got to watch this money flow, smaller time frames to make sure this thing starts heading back up. Otherwise, you can see this VWAP come down even more. You can see people start taking profits from a 50% run up in a week, which is normal. So this is a coin on my radar. I already have shorted this once. I called out this play in Discord 2 days ago, something like that, where there was a rejection. As soon as I called it out, a few minutes later, it started dropping, and it ended up dropping like 5 or 6%. It was a nice short for me. So now we're kind of just watching it again. Another coin that is trending right now, ranked number 5. It's up 17% in the last 7 days. They have changed their lending fee structure and have become profitable again, kind of rallying the troops behind Maker DAO. So let's take a look at Maker, right? MKR, USD. There we go. Let's look at it. I want to look at the perp charts, right? So Maker, Femex. Let's just look at the price, right? There we go. So a couple potential things that I'm seeing here. So it had a big run up. It did, based off of that fee change, then becoming profitable again. I mean, up 15% and 17% last 7 days. So kind of big, huge. We are seeing some potential resistance here. I mean, obviously we're at resistance where we're at right now. The candles tell a story. Like I've been saying, they speak a language. You got to learn their language. So here's what the candles told me, right? So number one, we tried to make a run up here. That was a liquidity lick and we got rejected. We came right back down. Next candle tried to do the same thing, got rejected again, tried it 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 again. These are 4-hour candles. So we have been trying now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28 hours, right? To crack this level. Haven't been able to yet, even with all the momentum and the money flow behind us. It looks like the money flow is kind of winding down a little bit and VWAP's coming down. Potential for a short opportunity here at this 1178 level. So there is 100% a potential short opportunity. You can see the RSI has started to wind down a little bit here. We can see that the momentum weight of printing a red dot. VWAP, like I said, VWAP's coming down. We got a sell signal on Lux Algo. So it doesn't mean that's going to happen. I mean, we could get some money flow to come back in on these smaller time frames to push us back up and retest this level. Maybe we get a smash through. And then we're talking a 1273, 1268 level. So I would kind of wait for a confirmation of a downturn. And what I mean by that is you pull into these smaller time frames, like a 30-minute time frame. And when we start to kind of take out some of these liquidity levels here and make a new low, that's might be where I would look. But if remember, half the battle is finding the coins with potential. That's half the battle. I mean, really, that's easy, right? That's easy to do. That's the easy part. The hardest part is waiting and finding your entry. And I just have a whole TA series and just put a video yesterday kind of talking about how I find entries. I'm going to link that playlist down below. But this is a coin I am watching this weekend. Potential short after a huge run up. Potential, in the short term could come down another 10, 11% to these liquidity levels down here as we tap them. We got a little bit of a change of structure here on the 30 minutes where we kind of made that new low, signifying potential downturn. Haven't hit it yet, but could be in the cards. And we start to drill in here. You can see we're toying with the simple moving average. This is just small time frames here, right? Just when you're looking for entries, you want to look for fair value gaps, order blocks, take your entries off of there. This is a pretty volatile coin. Most altcoins you got to use a little leverage for, unless you're winning, unless you have a winning portfolio, then do what you want. But, personally, this is a good spot for an entry. Obviously, this is a good spot for an entry. Every time that we've licked or come close to licking that, we draw back down about 1.5% to about 2%, at least so far, right? So watching Maker this weekend. Take a look at number 8 here. Number 8 social price, everything ranked. It's been up big. Rune's had a huge run. You know, we've been following this a lot. And you can see what I'm talking about with finding your entries, right? So we got that kind of change of structure here. We got a couple of them, right? So this is a bullish change of structure that didn't happen. Then we got the bearish change of structure here. So where do you find your entries, right? Well, we created a fair value gap here and we got an order block here. So you can see, didn't get much opportunity here because it dropped pretty quickly. We made that bounce up and we cleared this entire order block out. And that was a thick order block. That was 18%, which is sell side heavy. So that's our spot for an entry. And so far, so good. Now we created another fair value gap here. If you missed your entry, you know, this is probably a good entry here. Might get a bounce off of this level because this order block, typically buyers buy at this level. But we got a lot of fair value gaps to knock out on the way down to this next order block if we should continue down. But Rune had a big run up. We talked about taking profits up here on this channel when we looked at all the bear dips and everything else that was going on, the stiff resistance. Actually, I take that back. We looked at it up here. This is where we looked at that bear div, right? So it was from here to here, right? So the price was going up, but the Stokes, the RSIs, the momentum, everything else was going down. Kind of caught its legs here. So this is going to be your key resistance level at that 1.4-ish level. And you can see how a double bottom played out there, or that kind of W pattern, right? You got your bottom, bottom, double bottom. We made another run up, and then profits started being taken again. So now we're in a downswing again. When you're in a downswing, you look for shorts. When you're in an upswing, you look for longs. But Rune's another coin on my radar this weekend for potential shorts. You know, that's it. That's what I got so far. We got a few coins out there for you. Told you what I'm doing this weekend, what I'm looking for. I'm going to continue to post coins in Discord throughout today. I'm probably not going to be around much this weekend, man. I'm going to get out there and touch some grass, but I will be around. So hop on in, discord.gg/Aereheads. Short, sweet video for you guys today. It's the holiday weekend. Get out there and touch some grass. Appreciate you guys. I'll be around in Discord if you need me. Holler. Later.